In this tutorial, we're going to learn everything that is new about Halolab 2.0 and how to use it and get the best results out of it. So let me show you what is new with Halolab. Okay, so what I got here, first of all, I got a little CDL, color space transform, and then I'm using the standard halation plugin from Davinci Resolve, which is, by the way, excellent. It gives pretty good results. Like, you see, like when I turn it on and off, it gives me like this little glow. Actually, I can even go and say, hey, view the glow alone, right? But you can tell that it's a little bit harsh in the way how it's cutting off these edges, right? And it kind of does sometimes, it takes quite a skill to get, pretty good results out of halation plugin. Like, this is the simplest way how to describe it. Okay, so what I then did here is I have used an inode to JPlog2, and then I'm gonna go and use an onode, but just to be able for us to compare a little bit better, I'm gonna use the output, which is also using 709 by Resolve Color Management 2, because I want these two shots to be very similar in terms of the tonality, so that we can see the difference to how different these halation effects look like. Okay, so now I'm going to go and enable Halolab. Okay, so first thing you're going to notice, what is really significant about new version of Halolab is that now it can sit anywhere on your timeline, because now I can actually put it after my primary, and my basically primary settings have power to regulate and basically control the amount of halation I'm getting, right? So it's not anymore that we have to put it as a first. We can actually use it later as well. And then the first thing you can do is you can use these controls. And no matter how hard you use these controls, you're never going to be able to clip. As you can tell, you see like the signal goes up to a certain level and then rounds it off, which is the real characteristic of the film. We never go like over maximum what we used to see previously. So basically I have a really wonderful way of like being able to control the amount of halation without ever worrying that I'm going to be clipping. And you see like, it has this gorgeous also effect. What we always liked about Halolab is that it's kind of this like a little fog effect, right? So that you see how the skin just, kind of starts getting a little bit glow from the halation, which is really what we want. Okay, the next thing then we have is the color controls. I normally leave them alone, and then we have the amount of halation we want, the overall blend of the halation that we can control as well. The new thing we have here is the diffusion. Okay, so what is really diffusion doing? So, think of it like if you know that plugin Scatter, this is the closest you're going to get to it. So basically what it does, it allows you to apply diffusion effects that are normally optical, but they are now perfectly well simulated here. So what we can do is we can say, oh, give me a little haze, for example, or I can say, oh no, give me a little bloom. For example, bloom is more like a nicer for the shadow, or we give me a little bit of a mist, right? So I'm going to basically go with the haze. I'm going to increase a little bit the amount of haze, right? And you see it gives like, my image overall glow, overall softness. So here you go. This is your kind of, standard halation, right? You see what we get, like, we just get some sort of like, our edges kind of, glow. And here is your Halolab. And, you must agree, is a completely different, much more organic, much more beautifully looking effect rendered in this huge dynamic range of JPlog2. So yeah, I really hope you're going to enjoy these improvements to Halolab. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe, as we will be publishing more of tutorials like this. And if you have any specific questions or you'd like to see something you haven't seen before, just please put it down in comments below.